Riley here with another Blake Lively inspired tutorial. I loved this one from a recent red carpet that Blake Lively did. I thought it was so pretty and just casual but beautiful and all the things that I love in a hairstyle, and it's also really simple. So I thought I would go ahead and throw it together for you guys. I think this is actually, if you skip the little accessory up here, I think it's a very everyday wearable hairstyle, and it's also dress upable if you want it to be, with a little brooch and some like a fabulous dress and jewelry and all of that. So I think that's it. I hope you guys like it. I really like it, and that's it. I'll see you in my next tutorial. Mwah. Bye.
Start by sectioning off the hair from the crown of your head up like you're doing a half up, half down hairstyle, and pull it over to one side. Leave your fringe or the hair that would be in your fringe out because we're going to use that later, and secure that with a really small band. If you have a clear one, that would be ideal. You're just going to create a little ponytail here, and then go ahead and split that ponytail in half and secure one half out of the way. Then braid the other half normally all the way down, using about a medium level of tautness. You don't want to do it really, really tight, but definitely not loose because we're going to loosen it up a bit later. Then fishtail braid the second section. If you don't know how to do a fishtail braid, I'll include a link to my braid encyclopedia video in the description box, and you can check that out for more helpful tips on how to do a fishtail braid. My advice for doing a fishtail braid is to use really, really tiny pieces to overlap, because it creates a really great look. It takes so much longer, but it's really, really pretty, and if you're doing this for a formal event, it would be a really cool tip to use to help get the extra edge to your hairstyle. And once you finish that, you can go ahead and secure these braids out of the way. And now we're going to mess with the texture of your hair. If your hair can scrunch easily, I recommend scrunching your hair before you ever get started with this. But if you're like me and your hair doesn't curl, this is what we're going to do. Start using a heat protectant and some surf hair products. I'm using FX Surf Head, and this is from the drugstore. You can get it for like $6, I think. You just use a tiny amount, warm it up in your hands, and then scrunch it through your hair. I'm just using this to get a little bit of a more matte effect in my hair and to help it mess up a little bit because my hair is just straight and shiny and it doesn't like to do anything else. Then I'm going to take my 1-inch Hot Tools iron, and I'm just going to wrap large sections of hair around it. And I'm not doing this to create a really tight curl, I'm actually just trying to create a really loose, somewhat curly wave. So if you have just a wand or a clipless curling iron, you can do this trick as well, but don't stress too much about getting really nice tight curls. This is about creating that beachy texture. Then use the volumizing hairspray and spray that through the hair, and then just scrunch it up a little bit and then pull it apart just to create that little messy texture. Then let your braids down, and we can start arranging the hair around it. So take your hair that should be your fringe and take that over the top of the braids and pin it in place, and then take little sections from the other side, about 1 inch to 1.5 inches, and bring them around and pin them on top of the braid as well. That way you're going to get this cool side swept effect, because we're going to take about 3 or 4 sections from the one side over to the other so you get all your hair over there. If you have thicker hair, you can use larger sections because you don't want to end up using 6 or 7 sections. That would be just a little bit over the top. And sorry about my camera here. I had to switch my camera out for these couple shots, and I know this one doesn't look as good. I'm sorry. But yeah, so that's what you're going to do. Just keep bringing sections over until you have it all on the one side. And then use a little bit more surf product to loosen up the braids. And you definitely want to create a messy texture here, but don't mess them up too much. You just want it to look really natural, somewhat bohemian, casual kind of feel. And then you can use your fingers to backcomb through the hair if you need to create a little bit more mess. And then you can just seal off the very end of the hair with a hairband, and that's it.